Hello, my dear students. How are you? Today, we are going to discuss the topic India relief features. In previous class, you have learnt about the formation of continents, how continents were formed according to Alfred Wegener, as he was the 20th century's meteorologist and geographer. He proposed one theory that was called continental drift theory. So already you have learnt about continental drift theory. As per his opinion, in his theory, he explained about the formation of continents, how continents were formed. Gradually, we have been observing the continents, the present form of continents when you observe on the world map. 7 continents are there presently. Before formation of these all continents, entire world was become as a single landmass. It was called as whole land. It was called as Pangea. So in this lesson, we have learnt about India relief features. So relief means major landforms, different types of landforms. So generally, it is the lesson related to climate of India, people, settlement and geographical features, location of India, etc. So it is a wonderful topic. And what is called relief, already we have learned about what is called relief, a major landforms. In our country, majorly the relief features are divided into 6 major geomorphological features or geophysical features. Number 1, Himalayas and their associated mountain chains. Second one is vast Indo-Gangetic plains. Third one is peninsular plateau. Fourth one is coastal plains. Fifth one is desert. Sixth one is islands. So generally, before going to discuss the topic about the major relief features of India, first of all, as per this lesson, the title of the lesson, we are going to discuss about the location of India. Where the India is located. Generally, any country in the world to locate, how it is possible? With the help of latitudes and longitudes. Without latitudes and longitudes, it is not impossible to find out the location of any place or continent, area, country, or your house or your school, and also any company in the world on the surface of the earth. So, latitudes and longitudes, already you know mostly in the previous classes. Horizontal lines are called latitudes and vertical lines are called longitudes. The place where 2 latitudes and 2 longitudes means we get one shape. That shape is called grid. According to the grid system, it is possible to find out the location of any country in the world. In these grids only, the location of India, the location of America, the location of any country in the world, you have to find out. It is possible to locate on the world map also. Here, in the previous classes, you have learned about the location of Andhra Pradesh and the location of relief features of Andhra Pradesh, and in the previous chapters, you have find out what were about latitudes and longitudes. Generally, what is called location of India, geometrical location of India of our country. Already you have learned about location of India. To locate any country, it is possible with the help of latitudes and longitudes. And geometrically, what is the location of India? India is located in northern hemisphere. So generally, latitudinally, India has 30 degrees of latitudinal extent and 30 degrees of longitudinal extent. Latitudinally, India is located in between 80 degree 4 minutes to 37 degree 6 minutes northern latitudes, and 68 degrees 7 minutes to 97 degrees 25 minutes eastern longitudes. In between these latitudes and longitudes, India is located. India has a total land frontier of 15,200 kilometers, and coastal states are there. Nearly 9 states are there along the west and along the east. So, and we discuss about the relief features of India. Majorly, among 6 geomorphological or geophysical or relief features of India, first of all, we are giving importance to Himalayas and their associated mountain chains. Himalayas are the northern border of our country. Himalayas are very useful to our country to receive the rainfall in North India, and also North Indian states are receiving cool temperature with the help of snowy capped Himalayas. So generally Himalayas means it is the youngest folded mountains in the world. These Himalayas have been stretching from west to east direction with a distance of 2,400 kilometers. The width of these Himalayas is differ from west to east. The width of these Himalayas in the west nearly is about 500 kilometers, and at the center and eastern part of Himalayas, the width is about 200 kilometers. Here, the Himalayas have been classified into 3 parallel ranges. Number 1, Himadri or Greater Himalayas. Number 2, Himachal or Lesser Himalayas. Number 3, Shivalik or Outer Himalayas. So, we are going to discuss about these parallel ranges of Himalayas one by one. First one, Himadri or Greater Himalayas. So, generally, it is the topmost or highest, loftiest mountain ranges in the world. It is the first ranges of Himalayas, as we are discussing about associated mountain chains of Himalayas. So generally, in these Himadri or Greater Himalayas, some glaciers are there where some rivers were originated, like Indus, Ganges, Brahmaputra, Yamuna. In these glaciers only these rivers were originated. As these rivers were, these all rivers we are calling as perennial rivers. Perennial rivers means continuous flow of water with the help of snow. As these Himalayan rivers were born in these glaciers. Glacier means what? Glaciers means what? Glaciers means flowing of ice. Always ice is melting into the water. The water is mixing into the rivers where these rivers were originated, Himalayas. With the help of melting water means ice or mixing water, always when you observe the water level of these Himalayan rivers, always the water level of these Himalayan rivers are same. That is why Himalayan rivers are also called as permanent rivers or perennial rivers. Glaciers means, suppose Ganga means Ganges. River Ganges was originated at Gangotri Glacier, and the major tributary of river Ganges, Yamuna. Yamuna was originated from Gangotri means Yamunotri Glacier, and Indus. Indus was originated from these Greater Himalayas, from Kailasa Shikaram or Manasa Sarovaram Glacier. And what about Brahmaputra? Brahmaputra is one of the major Himalayan rivers that was originated in Shamayong Dong Glacier in Tibet. These major 4 rivers are called as Himalayan rivers. These all major 4 rivers were originated from these glaciers only. Okay, and next to the southern direction of Himadri or Greater Himalayas, and second mountain ranges, associated mountain chains are there. That is called Himachal mountain ranges. So, before going to start about Himachal mountain ranges, and what about the average elevation of Himadri? 6,100 meters. So, generally in Himadri or means Greater Himalayas, number of peaks were there. The predominant or prominent peaks are there in these Himadri Himalayas. The average height of these or elevation of these peaks or Himalayas 6,100. Suppose, for example, world greatest means a peak is called Mount Everest. The average height of this means the height of this Everest peak is 8,848 meters. And what about Himachal? It is the second most Himachal means associated mountain chains of Himalayas. These Himachal mountain ranges are situated to the southern direction of Himadri mountains or Greater Himalayas. The average elevation of Himachal mountain ranges or Lesser Himalayas 3,700 to 4,500 kilometers. In these Lesser Himalayas, Mahabharat and Pir Panjal ranges of mountains ranges are there, and also Simla, Kulu, Manali and these valleys are there in these Himachal mountain ranges. These Himachal mountain ranges are covered with evergreen forests. And then afterwards, a third mountain range means Shivalik. To the southern direction of Himachal mountain range or Shivalik means Lesser Himalayas are called as Shivalik mountain ranges. The Shivalik mountain ranges have other names in different areas from Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh of Himalayas. In Jammu Kashmir, the name of Shivalik Hills is known as Jammu Hills, and in Arunachal Pradesh, the name of Shivalik Hills is known as Mishmi Hills. And whereas one of the northern states in Assam, the name of Shivalik Hills is known as Kachor Hills. So it is about parallel ranges of Himalayas. And finally, what about dunes? The valleys in between Himachal or Lesser Himalayas and Shivalik mountain ranges of Himalayas. Some valleys are there. These valleys are called as dunes. Example for dunes: Poti Dune, Kotli Dune, Dehradun. So it is some part of relief features of India. Understand, students? Okay, thank you.